Alright guys,
And we're back! If in case you have short-term memory and forgot what match is coming up, it is Noblesse versus Tassadar.
Yeah, Noblesse actually used to be known as Cute Foyu.
Cute Foyu.
You know, he's kind of cute, but just a little bit.
I'm cute Foyu.
You're cute for me?
It's like bad English or something. I don't know, man.
It's actually just for our utopia. That's what, what it stands for,
move your
man.
mic down a little.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Wait,
no. Up a little. Yeah, try there. You were like a little quiet, and it was throwing me off.
It was a little cute though, right?
Yeah.
It was just like...
No, it wasn't cute, actually.
Oh, just not
No,
okay.
Zero cuteness.
Zero.
Like, if this pen was the measure of cuteness, like this is middle ground, and this is like K-pop, this is you. Anyways.
Kooksy, you're just too funny. I can't even be serious right now. There's Noblesse now. There he is. He's kind of cute, but maybe not as cute as he used to be. He changed his name to Noblesse. And he did, of course, beat OGS Hero 2-1 to advance to the round of 16, then took out Czech Prime 2-0, and Czech was trying to run his Zerglies into SCVs, and it was an embarrassing series for him.
I don't think I saw that.
He got nervous, I think. I actually talked to Prime about it afterwards, and they said that he just was really nervous. I talked to Hannibal about it, and I talked to Zephy Prime, and they both were just like, yeah, he was really nervous, and he's really embarrassed. And
it happens.
Yeah, it does definitely happen.
It's hard to play televised, man. It's a lot different.
And there's Tassadar.
That is Tassadar. Took out Lin 2-0 in the round of 32, and Slayer's Ryung 2-1.
And that Slayer's Ryung game was really weird. He went for a Blink Stalker all in the third game, and Ryung just barely didn't hold it. It was so close. And Blink Stalkers it was on Zelnaga Fortress.
Okay.
And Ryung went for a one barracks expand, and then he blinked the Stalkers up, and it was basically Ryung just made too many Marines before he started getting Marauders out.
Oh, yeah.
And then it looked like if he had just had a few more Marauders when the Blink Stalkers first came, it would have been fine, but his Blink Stalkers things just snowball out of control so quickly.
Blink Stalker is very good against one rack.
Yeah, Tassadar actually has all these cool all-ins. He's got Phoenix all-ins, he's got all these weird Void Ray all-ins, he's got he's got the common 6-gate timing attacks.
Phoenix all-in?
Yeah, man.
What is that?
You get 4 or 5 Phoenixes.
How do you kill the buildings?
You don't have to kill the buildings, man.
I don't get it. How do you all in with Phoenixes? Do you bring probes?
No.
To distract the Marines?
No, you have to hide the Phoenixes, and then if he doesn't have a bunker, you just lift up all the Marauders, and then you have 3 or 4 gates. It's weird. I'll show you.
That actually seems pretty good.
If you don't have a bunker, you just lose, but if you have a bunker, you just win. That's kind of how it works.
I mean,
you can't lift up a
you
bunker.
just like building stock?
Wait.
I thought in the last patch they made it so Phoenixes could lift bunkers.
No, that's not actually true.
Someone lied to me. Oh, and here we have the maps. Terminus RE, Crevasse, and Crossfire SE. What is the RE in Special Edition?
Revised Edition is actually... Or RE is Revised Edition, I said that backwards.
Is that like Resident Evil? You go...
Terminus Resident Evil.
You go on the map and there's zombies.
There's all these zombies and stuff, and Chris Redfield jumps out, and he's got his shotgun.
Oh, I don't actually know the names of the characters. I just know there are zombies in
And Adam Wesker comes out and he puts his sunglasses up. He's actually a zombie, but he's not really. I just spoiled the whole story for you guys.
Which one? There's 8 Resident
I know.
Evils.
Well, they all kind of tie together. It's a good game. SE, by the way, stands for Standard Edition. I never really got into that, but Revised Edition, Standard Edition, Ladder Edition. I think that's it.
Oh, that's what the LE means?
Yeah, Ladder
That
Edition.
actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, on the Korean,
I always thought it was Light Edition.
on the Korean server, it just says LAD on it.
Low calories. Zero fat edition.
No, it's not. It's actually just
no sugar content edition.
Well, Blizzard doesn't like to put sugar in its maps. You've noticed that? They put a lot of rocks, though. It's
Yep, Tal'Darim has a lot of rocks.
Sugar-free rock candy.
Zero sugar.
Sugar-free rock
on that
candy,
map.
man.
And there's...
All right, let's jump into it.
And in the bottom, the Red Terran used to be cute, but is no longer. You might say he's one of the upper class, known as
MVP Noblesse.
with the fist. Another Noblesse supporter.
Yeah, that guy actually just likes everyone. He's on the bandwagon. He's like, oh, this guy, I guess I like him. I like the other guy too. We do the same exact motion. And over here at the top left, we've got member of the team, NS Hosa, a Protoss hero.
NS Hosa, Tassadar.
I think that's the royal insignia of Tassadar. Whenever he goes to slay people, he puts his Psyblade out like that, and then he slays them.
Does Tassadar actually have a Psyblade? Because he actually just is a High Templar.
I actually don't.
He only does side stories, man. He kills people with his brain.
Yeah, well, he's also got that thing where he attacks people with his brain.
Yeah, that's also weird, yeah.
He just, like, looks at them and he's like, die. And then they're like, time to die. And then they die.
They actually just explode, too. The Marine's like, blah! And it's like, oh, this pool of blood comes out. It's like, how did that work exactly?
I actually think Tassadar...
He's going to be going for a Nexus first.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I was like, I didn't want to say he's like doing that if he doesn't, because if there's like a gateway there that I didn't see, then it's like, oh yeah, Tassadar's going for a Nexus first, and he's chrono boosting out his first Zealot. Like, well, and I think Noblesse, has Noblesse taken his gas?
He has not. He's going to be going for a one barracks.
So it is going to be a one barracks.
This is actually pretty common. This is actually unusual though for Tassadar.
Noblesse does see it now. If he's What I would do if I was Noblesse is I would back down there and build a bunker out of sight of that Nexus and start rallying Marines.
And you might actually do just that.
And the probe does scout into the base. It sees the first Marine.
He kept selecting the SCV like he was going to do it, but he didn't. He chickened out. That's what he did. He chickened out QX. He was going to make the bunker, but he's like, I can't commit to this right now. I'm trying to make a command center.
He just, sometimes you gotta get your priorities in order.
He's got a command center on the way. He's got to start thinking about his priorities. He's got to make some Vespine geysers pretty soon. He might have to add some more barracks. He's got barracks on the way, man.
How is he going to be able to support that command center if he tries to build a bunker first?
Yeah, and like all these people were telling him about all these deals where you can salvage bunkers, but like the rate has changed. He's just trying to figure out his life. Can't figure it out.
It's very complicated.
It is.
And the Nexus is about to finish here. First Zealot is going to come up, and this move by Noblesse is a little weird because you can't actually do any damage with it.
Yeah, I mean you can maybe target down a probe if your opponent doesn't micro his probes.
If you feel really confident, you can try and micro two Marines against a Zealot. I'll do that. I just run whichever Marine the Zealot's attacking around, and then my macro back home just like doesn't happen. But I feel really cool while I'm microing the Marines, and that's all the casters are gonna look at anyway. You never see the casters like look at all your buildings and like look at how he's building units. They're always like, look at how he's splitting his Marines against these Zealots. Like back home, you have 800 minerals.
Yeah, have you seen the yin yang thing with the micro and macro? Casters, just some of them just think that it's like, oh, all about the micro. No, the macro is important.
Well, if you look at the way you would wear that shirt, and if you wear a blazer over it, you can actually only see the micro part.
That's so true.
I know, and so people watch the GSL and they're like, micro. It's all about the micro.
Then all these Warcraft 3 players start joining Starcraft 2
and they're like,
stuff.
Bro, I heard Starcraft 2. Just micro. StarCraft 1, it had like weird macro, like you had to make more than 2 production buildings, but StarCraft 2, man, just micro.
This is kind of a weird choice by Tassadar. He's going to try to push forward here with the Stalker. He's going to have to avoid this bunker.
He's really just trying to get information here.
Yeah.
And I'm not... Did Tassadar see the expansion build? Okay, so this is really what he's going for. He needed to confirm that it was a run Rex expand. Scooby-Doo! Which he does see, and this is actually really good by Noblesse. He does get inside the base. He sees everything that's going on. There's no tech buildings. And I don't think Tassadar's not hiding anything. He does scan. Oh, he's checking for the third.
Yeah, he wants to make sure. Yeah. He's like, you only made 2 more gateways. You don't have a robo. You didn't add any. You didn't make a ton of gateways. You're not doing a 6 gate. What are you doing?
And if you look at Tassadar's money, Noblesse is actually right to be like, what the hell's going on? Because he's got over 300 gas, over 300 minerals. He had about 250 gas. He very could have easily had made a tech structure or another expansion.
Well, it's like what we were talking about earlier with the bunker. He's having like a mid-game crisis. He doesn't know what to make in the mid-game. He's like, do I make a Twilight Council? He decides to go with the Twilight Council, but he could have made a robotics. You could have gotten 2 forges and double upgrades.
The robotics facility is very needy. Once it starts producing, it's hard to stop it.
Yeah, that's very true. You can't switch over very easily. You just want to keep making those Colossi, even if he has too many Vikings.
Or even if there's a Dark Templar coming into your base and you need an observer, you're just like, I just need this Colossus now.
Exactly. It's a mid-game crisis, man. Alright, so Tassadar is actually playing somewhat normally now. He's gotten that Twilight Council. He could add a few more gates here.
+1 armor being chrono boosted out.
He wants to get that +1 armor. Obviously, that's a very important upgrade to have in this matchup. There he goes, adding those gates. He needs to add those gates to be able to be aggressive if he's not going to take a third base.
And so now we really see the crux of Tassadar's play. He's going to be going for what will probably end up being a 6-gate charge +1 armor timing attack.
Yeah, he may even go for +2, but like you're saying, the timing of this is going to be more likely a +1.
Yep.
We've seen a lot of players die because if you have +1 or even +2 with Guardian Shield, those Zealots just don't die.
Yep, they are extremely powerful. Noblesse does poke into the base. I'm not sure if we saw that on the camera, but he does see the army, sees some sentries, sees some Zealots, and Noblesse, really right now, Noblesse is thinking, okay, what is my opponent doing? I saw some gateways, but is he going 3-gate Robo? Is he going fast High Templar? Is he going charge? So he's going to be constantly poking in. He holds the Watchtower to kind of get a view.
And he's playing really safely. The safest thing to do in this scenario is do exactly what he's doing. Make bunkers, don't make that 3rd command center yet, get a reactor on your starport, start making medevacs, because that way, you've got the medevacs out, it makes it very easy to hold a push like this, and then you can use those medevacs to be mobile afterwards, so it's a very safe choice to make.
And here we do see the forward pylon. I would have liked to have seen that pylon actually a little bit more forward.
Yeah. He is getting +2 armor as charge is finishing here.
Yeah. And you notice if he built the pylon closer to the edge, it would actually be able to
warp onto the high ground later on.
Yeah, well, warp like across the gap.
Right,
but
right,
anyways,
right. Oh, that too as well, yeah.
Here's the army. All the upgrades are done. The 6 gateways are done. And we'll be seeing... This is it. Like,
yeah,
this is the attack.
And this actually could work. Noblesse only has 3 bunkers. He's just getting his first 2 medevacs out. He doesn't have combat shields.
And the medevacs are out. But, and here... Okay, so he sees the attack, he knows he should be pulling SCVs. You see he builds a lot of supply depots. The point of this is to make small choke points, making it very hard for the Zealots to actually get to those bunkers.
He's going to go with Archons as well here at QXC.
This is actually really cool.
I actually do this build a lot, but I wait for +2 armor.
I don't think he's going to wait. I
don't think he's going to wait either. He doesn't. He has to go now. Here he goes.
And here it is. He needs to stim all his units, get SCVs on those bunkers. This is a really scary timing attack.
I think he's going to hold it, though, because the Zealots are just not firing the supply depots in a perfect position.
Wow, Noblesse knows exactly how to deal with this.
Sick force fields.
Very nice force fields, and Noblesse actually getting a little overeager here.
Yeah, the Archons could actually chase and step over those force fields.
And he's actually going to just break the rocks and I think go around. I'm not sure... I'm not sure what Noblesse is doing, actually. I think
this is going to get really nasty. I think he thinks he's backed off completely, but he's not.
Yeah.
And his +2 armor is going to finish here. He's added another gateway.
Noblesse hasn't even started +1 weapons.
No, he has not.
Is that right? Let's check that.
Oh, actually, it just finished.
Okay.
That's why.
He does have +1 weapons.
He is going to send a dropship full of units out here, but Tassadar is prepared for this. He does have units spotting.
Using a very strong build here. Yeah, I don't know.
It does get taken out.
It's quite good. I expect we'll start seeing this in TVP in general, because that's the couple extra Archons right there, very nice.
And you notice how he backed away? He didn't actually just try to force it. He made his opponent react. It was like, oh, you're gonna back away? You're gonna just kill me right now? I don't want to send any medevacs out because if I do, I might just die.
And now Tassadar is he's gonna sit back. He's gonna take a 3rd. Meanwhile, Noblesse is doing the same thing, getting an armory so that he can get the double upgrades. Ghost energy upgrade about to finish, and I expect we'll see a bunch of ghosts. I'm a little curious why he hasn't started making ghosts yet, but I assume those come soon.
Yeah, I would assume that's a good assumption. I'll assume that's a good assumption, QXC.
Thank you, sir.
Now, right now, supply-wise, Tassadar is up 9 supply. It's not a significant deal. He's only up 4 workers.
Yeah.
But the problem is he has Templar out on the field. He could research Storm at any time. He's got better upgrades.
This is a really bad idea by Noblesse.
Yeah, he needs to go home now. He's going to drop at the same time.
This is the... Yeah.
We're just both here, like, holding our teeth.
I just, like, really want to say stuff, and the words are not coming, because
if he had Blink or any Stalkers at all, he would have just lost the entire force.
Yeah, I'm really distracted by this army just rolling across the map. The big problem now is if Tassadar just goes... Oh my god, he salvages bunkers.
He salvaged all of his bunkers.
Noblesse is in a very precarious position. Until he gets 5 to 6 ghosts to really EMP those units, and he catches up, +3 armor is going. He needs to be down 1 upgrade max. Oh, and here's a big engagement here. Did he double stim?
I think he did.
Yeah. I think Noblesse is
He absolutely did. He's actually really nervous.
Yeah.
But Tassadar actually not really committing to these attacks. He's very nervous. I think he's scared of the possibility of Ghost. Doesn't want all of his sentries to be clumped up.
Yep. And I think this is it. Big battle. Noblesse doing some very nice micro, but his
He just
army
doesn't have enough.
Yeah, his army is just too small, and I'm not sure. You'd have to watch the game again to really figure out why that is, because I don't think that the big attack really did too much. And very nice, the supply depot's at the front being that nice little choke point that he needs to filter those zealots through to make it so only a couple can really attack. Yeah, there's still a medevac in Tassadar's base.
All right, here he comes going around the side here with some zealots to draw the army down. Then he's going to go, maybe he was going to go around. He decided not to. He's just going to send all of his units down here to the third base, where he's going to have a better concave if Noblesse tries to run down the ramp.
I think this is the smart decision by Noblesse, lifting the command center. It's just not a good angle for him to engage at.
Yeah, a lot of this that's going on right now is both these players trying to have the better concave. That's why you see a lot of moving back and forth. They don't want to engage with the zealots have the concave. Some High Templar coming out here to feed back some ghosts and some medevacs.
And Storm isn't done.
Yeah, he actually hasn't even researched it at all.
He hasn't even started Storm.
He doesn't even want Storm.
That's
he just
really
wants to kill him.
Yeah, I think this might actually just do it.
This might, but there are some good EMPs, and the Zealot's just not doing enough damage. Archons, though, may clean this up.
And he does clean that army up. That was really nice.
If he had just attacked in a little bit more, though, I think he would have killed.
Well, but look at how low the shields are.
Yeah.
Noblesse actually just going to go ahead and kills 4 or 5 Archons there. Now he'll be able to get his third up, get his upgrades going. But take a look at this. He is going Colossus. Very nice tech switch. Those units are so low.
They're so low indeed. And he feedbacked almost all of the medevacs, so they don't even have energy to heal them. So it's looking pretty bad for Noblesse because he just doesn't know that the Colossi are coming. He doesn't have a third base. He's behind in upgrades.
The third's going to be going down shortly, but really the Colossus is probably the big clincher here. Tassadar taking a fourth. He has map control.
Indeed, indeed. Even having a Zealot running around checking to see what kind of composition is going down, making sure he hasn't switched over to Vikings or anything abnormal.
Yep.
And Ghosts are just not very good against Colossi. They just aren't.
Nope. Cloak is good. Cloak is quite good.
That's true.
But Ghosts aren't.
Now this attack by Tassadar, by Noblesse, I think is a bad choice. He needs to play a little kind of turtley style right now.
A little bit, but he's got to do something. The thing is, the longer he sits back, the worse. Did he just see? Okay, Noblesse just scanned, but I'm not sure. He must. Okay, Noblesse scanned. He sees the army. He sees the Colossus. Now he's going to start make Vikings, and that's really what he needed. If he could have seen that before the first or the second Colossus was out, that would be even better.
Oh, in the middle of the map, a huge engagement almost happened.
Almost happened.
I'm tricking you guys.
It was like, I don't know what it's like. It's like when you're almost about to do something.
It's like in the Cold War and someone says that like the U.S. launched a nuke, Russia's freaking out, and it's like, oh, okay, it's false alarm. It was like that. It was like that tense.
The nuke's like halfway out of the silo, and then some giant comes over and just pushes it back in. You're like, just kidding.
That's exactly what it's like, man. I couldn't even think of a better analogy.
Does he have Storm?
He still does not.
He doesn't. That's very interesting. So basically, Tassadar's strategy is Zealot, Archon, and then feedback. And Colossus, of course, but
is he? I'm really interested in this strategy. Actually, there are 2 Vikings out here,
and here we might see the big engage that actually ends the game.
Yeah, it's 3-1 against 1-2 upgrades for Noblesse.
Noblesse is going to have to play so well here.
Yeah, he is indeed. EMPs! Oh yeah! My God, that was so sick!
All over the place. EMPs. Literally everything. Everything got EMP.
Well, everything that had energy is also being feedbacked now. All the medevacs being feedbacked. The Zealots, there are just too many of them. The Colossi coming here. The Vikings not being targeted down. But I don't know if it's going to matter here. There's just so many units streaming in. Noblesse losing so much. Even if he holds this, he's lost so much supply. Tassadar's even taken a 5th base behind this. I think this is going to be the end of this first game. And these SCVs do not want to fight Archons. Well, they want to. I don't want them to.
And
GG.
The WW.
It's not WW, man. That's a W key. Yeah, but
it's a WW. And there's Tassadar. First winner. He probably feels pretty good about that. There wasn't really any point in the game where I felt like Tassadar could lose.
I agree with that. There was this moment where I was like, oh, this attack isn't really going to work. He's going to be so behind. But he pulled back at just the right moment, and he forced a lot of stims.
Yeah.
So he did a lot of really good moves, and to be honest, I actually was really critical of this guy when I talked to my friends about it. I say like, oh, this guy's not like the best player in the world. He kind of struggles in the mid to late game because he does a lot of timing attacks, and I don't think he really knows how to play in the late game, but he showed me otherwise right now.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't get Storm, which I thought was kind of a weird choice. I mean, it's not like he couldn't afford it. It's almost as if he was just trying to make a point. He was like, no, I just don't even need it to beat you. I mean, if he had Storm, and some of those battles would have gone so differently. Like that one battle where you just barely had to pull back with the Archons. If he had Storm then, he would have just won the game, actually.
Yeah. A little questionable there, especially because his money was pretty high at some points. But it was a well-executed build. It transitioned well. You notice Nexus first, a little bit of pressure to figure out what they're doing. Zealot Archon +1 timing attack into another timing, a +2 timing attack?
He just made a few more Archons and aggressively. He took the third base after that first timing attack, then he just kind of pressured the third base, made it lift off, and he was just being very aggressive, scared Noblesse, made it so he didn't want to really drop. And that's kind of really crucial in this matchup because when you get dropped, that's when bad things happen to you. That's when your macro starts to slip a little bit.
Drops are so good. They're so good.
QXC is a dropper.
I don't actually have
He drops nerds.
I don't have anything to say other than drops are so good. Man, drops are the best. I love drops.
He loves drops. He's the dropper.
And we're going. Soon. Now.